Hey, Hugh.
Hello, hello. To start this off, a question. What constitutes a sandwich? In your eyes, I'm assuming that a burrito wouldn't qualify as a sandwich.
Has anyone seriously argued that a burrito is a sandwich? That's the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life. A burrito is a burrito.
You had mentioned in a prior episode sort of a self-diagnosed soda addiction.
Yeah, I can readily admit that I had a soda addiction and probably still do to some degree. Yeah, I drank a lot of soda growing up and, throughout high school, even into college. Hey, it's not heroin. It's not cocaine. My vice is soda. So how bad can it be? So listen, McDonald's, or anyone else out there, I'm already paying a couple of bucks for a large soda that costs you about 8 cents to make. You don't need to further cheap out on me by giving me a $2 cup of ice with a drop of soda. It peeves me off.
You're likely in the majority
here.
You
like cold sodas, right?
I like my soda very cold, and I offset my decision by always ordering the largest option. Then I'll get the equivalent of a medium.
You're getting ripped off even more.
I can see you're getting upset. Another production note.
You're part of the problem, not part of the solution. You don't think that a third of a cup of ice filled with soda would keep it sufficiently cold? You're part of the problem, not the solution.
Drinking orange juice after you've brushed your teeth. Have you ever been unfortunate enough to do that?
Yes. And
it is a uniquely horrible flavor.
It's perhaps the worst flavor you could imagine. I guess it's the acid from the orange juice and combining with something, but yeah. Also Mountain Dew, which probably isn't a very flattering statement that I'm drinking. It was college. It was perhaps college or high school. Not recently. At least I was brushing my teeth,
Kudos for even bothering if you're consuming Mountain Dew. Brushing your teeth, you're doing well for yourself then.
Brushing my teeth at 7 in the morning and immediately going for a Mountain Dew bottle. I think most people think of when breakfast is thrown out there. Hey, it's the most important meal of the day. Did you eat breakfast, Rod? Did you eat breakfast? You've got to eat breakfast. If you don't, you're going to be cowering in a corner, shaking by lunchtime. And for a while, when I was younger, I rebelled against breakfast just because of that. I would not eat breakfast because society was telling me if I didn't eat breakfast, I was just in big trouble.
And you wanted to prove that you were strong enough to make it to lunch without breakfast.
Not only that, I was strong enough to make it to lunch without breakfast, and I felt fine.
And I've heard in the past about what are called secret menu items at fast food restaurants. The things that you actually walk up and order that aren't on the menu, that let you be kind of an insider.
Animal style it's a big one. In-N-Out's kind of the reason that I'm somewhat annoyed by secret menus. Just because all these people talked about it constantly, and I tell somebody, I went to In-N-Out Burger. Oh, did you get it animal style? You got to do it animal style. If you don't get it animal style, you're stupid. Personally, I love steak sauce on burgers. I think it's underused outside of the steak world. I think it's called steak sauce, but like you said, it's kind of got this negative connotation of if you use it on a nice steak, then you're not a real foodie or you're ruining the steak. I enjoy it on burgers quite a bit, so I wonder why it's kind of never made that migration. I know a lot of people who like it on it, and maybe it's just that it started as steak sauce and it's called steak sauce, so that transition's never really happened. So maybe steak sauce will become more mainstream with more burgers.
I kind of think you're working on a pipe dream there, Rod, and I don't want to burst your bubble. But I think when people think of burgers, they have their condiments already set out. There's a sweetness that you get with a ketchup or a barbecue sauce that we've grown accustomed to on our burgers and with our fries. But a steak sauce doesn't offer that.
Well, there's no sweetness in mustard or mayonnaise, and a lot of people enjoy those as well. Barbecue sauce has kind of made its way into the burger world, and it's called barbecue sauce, and traditionally was used just for barbecue, and now it's kind of a little more mainstream in burgers, so I think why not steak sauce? I know it's not sweet, but not everything has to be sweet.
I think you stumped me with your not everything has to be sweet argument.
I don't want to initiate a relapse for you, Rod. I desperately don't.
To get nostalgic for 1 second, I'm backtracking way back to Rod's childhood. What was the soda of choice in the budget household?
Everything you ask is very interesting tonight because it's bringing back all these memories.
This is the therapy session.
Yes,
this is secretly an intervention.
It's wonderful.
That we'll be broadcasting for everybody. The people will be by soon to take you away.
So yeah, that reminds me of yet another childhood memory. With these Little League baseball games, each game it was always one set of parents' responsibility to bring the refreshments for after the game. Sometimes it was really, really exciting, good soda, but every once in a while you would have the parents who would bring kind of the generic store sodas. I'm pretty sure I was in the camp that when the cooler was cracked open and Czech Cola was sitting on top, that I would just say, "Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Where's the Coke?
Little Rod budget.
Where's the Sunkist? Where's the Mountain Dew?"
No tact whatsoever.
And I'm sure the parents were standing right there. So sometimes you order a sandwich. If it's going to come on a piece of bread with jagged edges on the outside, please let me know beforehand. And listen, I know some menus even indicate the type of bread, but if it's not called French, I'm probably not familiar with some sort of fancy name of a bread sourced from the Greek islands. Food snobbery, I feel like, on many levels, has gotten completely out of control. I believe there are too many foodies out there these days. I think Yelp and the internet has kind of played into it where, you've got these people going to the nicest restaurants, or not even the nicest restaurants, but unique restaurants, and trying to pretend like they're better than everybody else because they ate some farm-raised thing with sage butter, and they're yelping about it while the sage butter is stuck in their beard and they don't realize it. Hungry Dads! Visit our website at hungrydads.com. Follow us on Twitter at hungry_dads. This has been a Hungry Dads production.